Hi there, welcome to the Rock and Roll Rowdies. Mark Emery here, and my friend Mal Craggs.
Evening all.
Evening all. Let's just get that mic a bit even share. Okay, we are going to react to Steve BEKO by Peter Gabriel, and so maybe Mal, you were working with
Yeah, I
Gabriel.
was. Prior to this concert footage, we were working at Peter's studio down in Bath and putting a tour together, ready, finishing an album. He'd recorded the album, and this was the first time this was performed. So he recorded this album, the first time anybody had ever seen it before it was like released.
Right,
He was playing it live. You know,
At the WOMAD. This is WOMAD.
WOMAD,
isn't it?
yeah, the World Music Festival that Peter was heavily involved with, putting together, bringing all these musicians from all over the world, different, you know, and a lot of them were kind of African based. And this song that we're going to see is BEKO, and Steve BEKO was a South African along with Nelson Mandela in the anti-apartheid movement.
Yeah.
And he was arrested by the police out there, taken to the cells and subsequently beaten to death.
Well, this is what they did with people that, it's still going on today,
yeah,
unfortunately, in Iran
It
and
is,
stuff.
and-
People that are protesting against it.
And the funeral was just the biggest thing. The footage of the funeral at the time was just hundreds of thousands of people lying in the streets, and I think it was in one of those turning points.
Definitely.
Mandela in jail, Steve BEKO being killed. It was just like, hang on, you can't get away with this anymore. You can't just lock people up or kill them, And Peter done this tribute to it, which is very moving. Used to give me goosebumps. I watched this every night on the tour. Used to give me goosebumps,
Well, we're going to sit back and enjoy it, and we'll talk about it as we go along. But here we go with Peter Gabriel at the WOMAD Festival.
Thank you. The only way we've got a hope of doing this all again is with your support, and thank you very much for doing it.
Such a humble character, Peter. Genius with music.
Yeah, but very artistic.
Artistic, yeah.
Bring back Echo Me.
Hey. It's great to involve it. Again, we're talking about mixing rock music with African culture.
Yeah, which Peter was well into, Peter was well into that. And this WOMAD thing, it brought to the forefront a lot of musicians, especially the West African musicians. There's a few famous ones still kicking around now.
He's wedging the key open there.
Yeah, just
For
that,
everyone,
so it's that drone
the
goes
drone
on,
again.
yeah.
Steve BEKO.
And we had a keyboard player as well, Larry. I've forgotten the bass player, I've forgotten his name on this. We changed bass players a few times.
These days
Nice jumpsuits. Those jumpsuits, all the band wore them and all the crew wore them. So we were all the same. We were all one group, so to speak.
Sort of,
But they were a bit tight when you were doing loadouts. You used to have to whip them off quick. You couldn't work in them, not doing a loadout.
right.
And this was the last time.
Just
The last time I was on the tools, so to speak. This is like, I used to look after the guitar player and kind of stage manage, but that was it, and that was the last equipment thing I did. So
Right.
on this
Yeah.
tour,
No, it's a cool jumpsuit, and I can imagine all the crew being. It looks like it's almost like a modern world, another world.
and so if the crew had to go on stage for any reason, they just blended in
Right.
as well. They were just nobody went scurrying on stage. You walked on, done what you had to do, and walked off, and it looked like part of the show.
Right.
You turned it into part of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of that scurrying around that you used to see.
Well,
Trying to
there's so
keep
many
out the
people
shot.
out there. It's almost like just keep. It's another point of interest.
Yeah.
But it's a great atmosphere. It really is fabulous.
Bagpipe chanter.
Bagpipes.
We used to close the show with this. Not much you could do afterwards.
No.
Ammo from Van de Graaff Generator. Seeing he's wearing a jumpsuit, everybody wore the same thing. He done a lot of backing vocals with Peter on his albums. I forgot he'd done this. So I'd just like to point out as well, I just started dating my wife Sandy, and we got my favourite photograph of us is taken backstage at this concert. So I just started dating her, and we're coming up to our 40th wedding anniversary. And people said it would never last.
It's a miracle.
People said it would never last. So. Larry Fast, the keyboard player, he's from New Jersey and he works with Springsteen and Bon Jovi in the studio. He does all their studio stuff, keyboards. Jock. I've forgotten Jock was there. And this is one of those builders, builds.
Yeah, well, it's the drone. It's
It's that drone and it builds the.
It's just like from Asian music, Indian, through African. A lot of their music is built on drones. They don't change key much. They don't change chords.
the end of the show, I don't know if we'll do it on this, I can't remember, but they would just walk off, leave the drone, you know, they'd do all this, and one by one the band would disappear off the stage.
Yeah.
That drone would keep running though. Peter would walk off.
Get off.
You're pissed. Throw the drunk out.
Sometimes we like pull the bike back out.
We used to do it. We used to fall into the audience, do the surfing.
Oh yeah.
You know, sometimes we had a job getting him back. We, you know, like 3 or 4 of the crew, we used to go down there, get in there, grab him back, because sometimes the audience just wanted a piece of it, you know.
Well,
It wasn't funny, you had to, you know, use your elbows a bit at times.
in the pit there and people just pass you, you can go,
Yeah.
it's like being on a current.
Yeah.
You know, with the
With Peter, they didn't want to give him back.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, the band have gone. Look, they're just walking. Yeah.
Go next. Here, well done.
Jerry on drums still.
Okay, so brilliant. Oh, what an emotional
End
performance.
to our
yeah.
show today.
Yeah. Well,
Peter, you know, it really was on stage live. That was so moving, you know,
yeah.
so moving.
Well, I'm moved just watching it, to be honest. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sort of getting goosebumps and sort of.
And that was in the early days. That was like the first performance of that. You know, and so over the years he's developed it. You know, over the tour he developed it, and it became a big part of the show. The ending, big ending as well, where they all walked off one by one and left that drone going.
But at that time, it was actually part of the whole anti-apartheid movement, wasn't it? The song and everything, and the performance. It wasn't about, you know. I mean, it was all for giving. It wasn't a selfish thing, and I think he lost an awful lot of money through that WOMAD.
He did, promoting that. He did.
Genesis helped him out by doing a gig at Nebworth for him, didn't they?
Milton Keynes.
Was
Get the venue right.
Get it right.
Yeah, because nobody turned up at Nebworth.
Oh, did they? All right. Okay.
But Milton Keynes, and it was like a Genesis reunion because Steve played as well. You know.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the love between, you know, the newer Genesis post Peter Gabriel and still retained him as part of their family.
Of course, yeah. Tony and Peter remained very close. I think it wasn't. It was just Peter wanted to go off and do his thing.
Expand further.
It was nothing personal.
Nothing
personal.
It
It wasn't one of these I can't stand them.
big
Get him
fallout.
out of here. You know.
Like most bands.
Like most bands do, start punching each other.
No, it's all very amicable and lovely people and great
gentlemen. Genesis, you know, that family were gentlemen. They all said thank you and nobody made demands, which was fantastic. You know, not like some bands I work with where they get me this, get me that. Oh. You know, I want this. You know, they always asked. They were polite and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Always said that about the Genesis family. Gentlemen.
Take our hat off to all that whole team, and thank you, Mal, for your insight on it. And we'll draw this to a close now. Okay, so we'll see you all later. Bye.
Keep doing that.